Welcome to Family Gamer TV. Now, I'm sure you know, if you follow the channel, all about Playworld Superheroes, but we're excited today because we've got Martin Kenwright with us, the founder of Starship, the developer behind the game. So thanks for joining us, Martin.
Oh, pleasure, Andy.
Could you tell us a bit about how you came to make the game and maybe some of these other games that you've been involved in that viewers may well have heard of, like Wipeout, MotorStorm?
I set up Evolution Studios and developed all the World Rally Championship games. At the end of around 2008, 2007, I sold Evolution just after the design and concept of Drive Club, and went to have some time out from the industry. I had a family, and over the last couple of years noticed the poor quality of software for young children, and it really did inspire me to maybe, well, look a little bit from a fresh perspective, and to be able to kind of create the kind of software that I was doing on console and PC all those years ago for the young children's market. The idea of really creating a high quality, high production, low price, pocket money, impulse price games for children.
So Playworld Superheroes, that's the game we've been looking at, and that it does, as soon as you play it, it has that sort of AAA feel that looks like a game you could have released on a console, but you chose to release it on tablets and smartphones. So why was that? Well,
maybe there's a couple of ways to answer this. I think first of all, we tried to create a game for very young adults as opposed to children. A little bit like Roald Dahl did with terms of his narratives and stories, and not try and patronise children, and kind of create something what we call relatively edgy for 7-year-olds and beyond. And the whole idea really was just to create something that today's children can relate to. And we realised very clearly that children now have got far more access to tablets than perhaps they do to consoles now. And indeed, part of the decision making in setting up Starship would be to, focus on tablets and as the primary gaming device for the next 5 years.
It's a really competitive space, isn't it, from those very commercial products? How do you think
Yes.
Playworld Superheroes stands out? How are you going to sort of make your mark in amongst all those big hitters?
Okay, I think we've first of all got to be brave.
Yeah.
You're right, it's a very big crowded space, but we designed Playworld with a simple ethos to make it probably one of the very best games of its kind for its price. And any game that we do consider better is probably 10 times the cost. And to kind of kick back on these business models out there which can, extract hundreds and hundreds of pounds off children. Not saying that's a problem, I'm just saying that accidents can happen with credit cards and things like this. So I'm always just want to create a real clean value proposition.
Well, my kids absolutely love it, so if we weren't testing it out, we'd have bought it.
We don't have the leverage of multi-million-dollar marketing campaigns across multiple formats. This is the first tentative steps into creating a brand new IP for children, and just hopefully it may take 2, 3, 4 versions of Playworld before people start seeing a clear pattern. Look at this brand, how safe, how good quality, how reputable it is. Because to be candid, that's where we all come from here. We've defined some of the biggest simulation, sport, motor racing titles on the planet. We've made the defining software that launched Pentiums, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and even PlayStation 4. We just want to be able to take a little bit of that magic and give it to younger children. We're really keen for people to watch this space. Because, as I say, it is the start of the story. The plans down the line, the scalability of it, where it will go, it's fantastic. But we want to really keep our feet on the ground and gauge response from the first title.
If someone like Hasbro was to approach you and wanted to do toy lines, or these more commercial pressures come knocking, how does your ethos sort of suggest you'll respond to that?
We realise we've got a brand that could have multiple product extensions. You know we could have toys sitting in the treehouse that could be, you know, real merchandise toys. We're very careful not to put any content in there that might kind of, dare I say, conflict with our kind of moral agenda for it. You know, we don't really want it to become a virtual showroom for children. I'd almost dying to show you pictures and tell you and get it. You know, it's not just about brands. It's to say it's just about the entertainment experience, the moral messages, the stealth education, and you know, not trying to say treat children and patronise children as young children, but to give them something a little bit edgy, relatively edgy. You know what children are like. And a game that you feel you can let the children go away and play on their own. It's just great to kind of do something that's fresh and exciting that no one's really attempted to do before, and have a bit of trust and belief, you know, in the team's passion and ability. You know, do something that scares you every day, Andy. That's what I say. I'm making Playworld's done that.
Yeah, well, that's good advice.
And it's just been a pleasure to come back to work again. You know, we're again, you know, keeping our feet on the ground. We're not getting too carried away. It's not our ultimate magnus opus here. It's not you know, some world-beating proposition. We've just tried to make the very best game we could for a young marketplace, and you know, as the start of the story.
Sounds good. I'm intrigued to see how other families respond to it too, and I'll be keeping an eye. But it's been great to get a real insight into it and early access to the game. Perhaps we'll check back after the launch. I'll come up and we'll do some filming at the studio.
Please do, and please come and see what else we've got somewhere in the Starship core.
Yeah. Great. Well, many thanks for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Andy.